Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today on our 2022 Ford F-250, we're going to be checking out the B&W Companion sliding fifth wheel hitch for the trucks that have the OEM prep package. So it's really cool that Ford, offered that OEM prep package in some of the trucks. Just makes it super convenient to put a fifth wheel hitch like this one in, or even a gooseneck for that matter. Essentially, it just drops right into that puck system. But be careful though, not every one of these trucks has that prep package. It was an option. If you're looking for a fifth wheel hitch, this is going to work for the trucks that have that prep package. So make sure yours does. If it doesn't, the good news is there's a ton of different hitches out there that'll work with the trucks that don't have the prep package. So good news there, you kind of got all your bases covered. But with that said, one of the cool things about this setup is the fact that it's going to slide. So, when it comes to these trucks in a short bed, might help if I'm not standing on it, but so this slides back, and that gives you quite a bit more space when you're making those sharp turns and stuff. And that's because of the short bed. A lot of times what can happen is your trailer is going to overhang, and it's fine when you're going straight, but when you make those tight turns, that trailer is going to kind of sweep, and it can actually make contact with the cab corner of your truck. It might kind of sound silly, but it happens a lot more than you'd think. People just kind of, get complacent and kind of forget about it. And then next thing you know, they're banging up their new truck, and not to mention damaging the trailer too. So definitely want to avoid that. And with this kit here, it's going to allow you to do that. The thing with this one though, you are going to have to get out and manually unlock it, right? So let's say if you're, leaving a gas station or something like that, you're going to have to put it into that unlock position for this to slide. But it does automatically lock back in, so when you're done, it will lock itself back in. So, kind of automatic in a sense. There are some other hitches out there that do this automatically. The Demco Autoslide is a good example. That one's going to do it for you, essentially. So if that's something you're looking for, as far as that feature goes, it's always definitely a good option to take a look at. So as far as the hitch itself, it's B&W, right? I'm sure you've heard of the name if you're familiar with towing. These things are really well built. They're one of my favorites for sure. Everything just fits right, works right. The craftsmanship, it's really well made. It's a really nice hitch. It is going to have a 20,000 pound weight capacity. So how much weight's going to be pulling on it? 5,000 pound vertical load limit. So how much weight is going to be resting on top of the hitch? So quite a bit. There's some hitches that are a little more heavy duty, some that are not as quite this heavy duty. So kind of falls in the middle, in my opinion, upper end of that middle section. The head does articulate, so we have some forward and back movement. Little bit from side to side, not really, primarily just like this. So that should help make it a little easier to hook up, to your trailer. And not to mention, underneath here, it's got some big rubber cushions almost, and bushings, I guess you could call them. And I feel like it's really smooth. That should really help eliminate a lot of that chucking, kind of that road shock whenever you're towing it down the road, help kind of absorb some of that. The jaws here, which go around your trailer's kingpin, these things are no joke. I mean, super thick, solid steel that makes complete contact all the way around. And to me, that gives me a little bit of extra confidence whenever I'm pulling a heavy trailer down the road. You have complete contact, give you a little more peace of mind, make it a little more reliable. The head is going to be adjustable, so it's kind of tricky to see because it's down here, but I have this about in the middle. Chances are pretty good. These trucks are pretty tall right out of the factory, so chances are pretty good. You're not going to need to go much higher. Honestly, probably a little bit lower for most situations. So you know, you kind of have that full swing, and regardless what type of trailer you have, where it sits, it should work, you know, because the whole point is you want your trailer and your truck to be nice and level when you're towing it. That's just the right thing to do. You know, you're going to get the best performance out of it. And that's going to kind of bring me to my next point, actually, and that is tonneau covers. So we get a lot of questions about this. You know, can you leave the hitch in and still use your tonneau cover? And I definitely get that. For one, you want to keep this protected if you do leave it in. And these things are heavy. I mean, they're not that much fun to put in and take out by any means. They're just awkward and got a lot of weight to them. So if you can leave it in here for a while, you know, if you plan on using it quite a bit, that'd be cool. And in our case today, we have a factory tonneau cover. And like I said, even in that middle position, we're still able to fold this up with no issues at all. And so if you look underneath it, still have quite a bit of room. I can get my whole fist in there. No problem at all. And then some. So I feel like even if this was in the highest position, you'd still have more than enough room for it to clear. Keep in mind though, you know, everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. If you have kind of one of those odd tonneau covers that sit real low or something like that, you know, just keep that in mind. So I'm just vaguely speaking here, but chances are really good. You know, you should be in pretty good shape regardless of what tonneau cover you have. So now we really kind of touch base with our companion, the B&W. I just kind of wanted to check out another hitch, kind of give you something to compare to. This is a really popular one. The companion's really popular too, so I figured why not kind of put them up next to each other and really take a good look at them. So this is the Demco Autoslide. This is a 21,000 pound version, and this shares a lot of the same features. Really heavy duty, well built. You know, I have no complaints there. They're solid. They're definitely solid. Either one of these hitches, I mean, you really can't go wrong with. The thing is with this one though, it's auto slide, so you don't have to get out and manually hit a lever. This will actually do that for you automatically. And on the same note, it's kind of nice to have that manual adjustment as well, you know, in some circumstances. So, you know, you kind of trade one for the other. But I do think it's cool. It does it automatically. Pretty much the same deal. You know, the head articulates for a little more comfort. I think these are kind of cool, actually. These are some guides. So when you know, when you're backing up to your trailer, it'll kind of force the head where it needs to go, you know, around your pin box there and lock everything in. Same deal with the jaws, you know, complete contact. So really nice piece. And, you know, honestly, I would not hesitate recommending either one of these to my family and friends, or if I had a truck, I was trying to figure out a fifth wheel like this. I mean, it would really be a tough choice which one I'd end up wanting to go with. So other than that, you know, at the end of the day, a hitch you really can't go wrong with. Anything with that B&W name, chances are really good you're going to be happy with. You know, just the construction quality and how everything fits really sends those B&W products to the next level, at least in my opinion. And that'll finish up our look at of the B&W Companion sliding fifth wheel hitch for the trucks with the OEM prep package on our 2022 Ford F-250.